One of the most important things you can do as a college student is to take ownership of your education. What I mean by ownership is that you need to claim and understand your reason or reasons for pursuing higher education. Most often students know that they want to go to college, that they're supposed to go to college. It's a family expectation, it's a tradition, it's what they've been told throughout high school or college that is what they need to do. But they never really stop to question, what are my reasons? Why do I want to go to college? What is the reason or reasons for my pursuit of my own education? And it's important because students need to tap into their own intrinsic reasons, their own intrinsic motivation, as opposed to relying or just understanding the external reasons, the social, the expectations, family or not, that are extrinsic in nature. And it's not that there's anything wrong with these reasons, but there does need to be a balance. And my experience, the better the balance between the extrinsic and extrinsic, the better understanding a student has, and the more value and the more meaningful an experience a student may have at a college or at a university. I share this with you because this is an area that is very personal in my life as an undergraduate student in college. I started off sophomore year similar to freshman year in that I would go to class, take notes, study, stay up late, read, go to my exams, pretty much everything a student should be doing. And although that was okay, it wasn't good enough for me. I started feeling a change. I started sensing that I was not really learning and kind of just going through the motions of being a student. I didn't quite feel the same excitement and enthusiasm I felt in my first year. I wasn't really enjoying my classes, the campus, my surroundings, my roommates, and it wasn't anything that was really different on that part, but the change was in me, and I was really having a difficult time grasping why the difference. Nonetheless, I persisted. I continued with my studies, going to class. We know this as sophomore slump now, but at the time I just really did not know what I was experiencing, and it wasn't just in the classroom. I started feeling changes in my personal life and disassociating myself with my girlfriend at the time, my friends, being a little bit more secluded to myself, being in my room, and everything just really amplified. I directed my doubts and uncertainty towards political science, and that it reflected all the emotions and uncertainty I was feeling in my life. Ironically though, it was in that same political science class that had a little bit of a foreshadowing of what I was experiencing. We watched a movie called Koyaanisqatsi, which is Hope Before Life Out of Balance, and that's exactly what I was feeling. My life was out of balance. My construct, the construct of higher education, was really collapsing, and I was here caught in the middle, not knowing what to do about it. I finished my fall semester. I managed grades of a B- in one class, a C, a pass, and a no pass in another. My personal life was not any better. I didn't give up though. I re-enrolled in the spring semester after the winter break and thought I'd go at it again, but I really pretty much picked off where I left off. In order to salvage the remainder of the semester, I withdrew from all but 2 classes, a music class and an ethnic studies course. The change didn't really happen until my junior year. I had the benefit of the summer to be back home with my family, with my friends, my support network, and to really patch up things that I feel I needed in my life. But the change that I believe triggered the rest of my undergraduate life actually happened in an ethnic studies course, of which I previously failed that spring semester. It was in this class that the professor asked randomly to an entire class, "What are you doing here?" And I felt as if he was specifically talking to me because I have just spent the whole past year asking myself that same question. And he went on to ask, "What are you doing here? What is the purpose of higher education? What is it that you're supposed to learn in college?" And up to that time I hadn't really stopped to ask myself these questions. And it was a voice that I felt I needed, in that I intuitively knew what I was asking, but couldn't quite vocalize it yet, or really understand why I should be asking myself these questions. He went on to explain a little bit further about the purposes of higher education, but what really changed and what really mattered is that I was finally able to question and ask myself, there is a reason for me to be here. There's more than one reason. And this reason should really be my reasons. Not because I'm expected to go on to higher ed, because it's expected from my family, because it's what you're supposed to do, but because I want to be here. Because I need to take onus of responsibility for my choices, specific to my life, specific to my college education, and to claim that for myself. And it wasn't really until that point that I had ever really stopped to ask myself and have that dialogue with myself. Every aspect of my life improved, academic, social, personal, spiritual. It was a change that till this date has continued to grow and evolve, and it was those lessons, or that life lesson, in which I really had to claim my education. And it's not just about education, but claiming my life for myself and understanding that along with external, extrinsic reasons, the construct that's been provided for you, that you really need to understand your own personal reasons and your own intrinsic motivations for your choices and your actions, and really use that to construct a foundation that is going to serve you not only in undergraduate, but in life thereafterwards.